soon as I started this, I just heard a sound. All right. Did you hear that? Something there. I can hear something in this wall. What the hell is it? It's back in here. You guys, I don't know if you can hear or not. Can you hear something? It's right. I don't know. All right, you know what? I'm just gonna go back over here where I was before. This was not there. This was sitting over there on top of the washer and dryer. Now it's here. You know, a set of keys went flying. They were sitting up on the counter and they flew up and freaking hit the side of my head. I don't know if you can see it or not. I have a bump in my head. It hit my head so hard. Let me go in here and show you. I don't know if you can see it. It's somewhere there. It's just difficult to do this. It really is. I can't. I got a knot. The key had a fob on it. Had a fob and it has some house keys on it. And it just flew and hit me right in the head. But how does that happen when it's sitting on the counter? How do keys just randomly fly off the counter? You got me confuzzled, confused, whatever. I don't understand. You know, what was that? This is some weird stuff. I'm telling you, I'm trying to sell this house and things are happening in the moment that I'm trying to showcase with the realtor. We had a walkthrough, a walk around the house. We talked some business. We discussed some numbers. She come up with a price point with some comps in the area. You know, she did some comparisons. She's here. I show her around. She tells me things that need to be done as far as decluttering, like packing some things up, put it in storage, or she's even said I could put it in the room that's downstairs. Take a lot of things out of the closets. You know, any rooms that have things that are more than necessary. Like she just thinks it's best to stage the home, but not have too many things laying around, not have too many things. Like take, you know, some pictures down, you know, things like that. Just make it basic. Just the basic furniture. Try not to have too many things. So that's something that I'm going to be working on. But in the meantime, I don't know what the hell happened and how and why keys would fly off the counter. They were sitting up here, right over here. Right there. How does that happen? It's not, you know, you think if the keys fall off the counter, they fall on the floor. I'm up here. You know, I'm over 6 foot up here, not down there. So how do keys get from there to here? It's what I'm trying to figure out. So this is what I think's going on. I think somebody spiritually, apparently, because well, I know we have some crazy person they seem like they're trying to run people out of this neighborhood, this community. We already had neighbors move out next door. And so it's like two different forces going on around here. You got neighbors that, or whoever's back in those woods, shooting arrows at people's houses and the properties, garbage cans, just doing stupid stuff. Neighbors already moved. This person, I don't know what their problem is. They need some kind of psychological help. And I know I'm going to get some comments saying, hey, Bobby, you need some help too. But yeah, I know I do need help. And I will be seeing a therapist. But in the meantime, with that stuff going on, then I feel like there's something here that's trying to stop me from selling the house. So you got someone who's just trying to run people out of the neighborhood. And at the same time, on the spiritual level, just like some kind of force. I don't know if it's ghost or if it's just whatever weird stuff going on. But whatever it is, I'm just feeling that something, it could be the force of the damn universe. You know how things go. Sometimes things just happen. And we don't have no answers for it. Something, whatever the laws of physics apply, I don't know how they apply to this, but something, I know there's you know how it is, there's a reaction, whatever, to something. Me trying to sell the house, having a realtor in the house, selling the house for real this time, not no rent to own stuff. And then keys just randomly fly. Like, WTF with a big question mark, an exclamation. Like, how does that happen? And why? I made some salmon. It's been a while since I had, salmon. I've been busy, but here it is. Look at this salmon. It's so friggin', oh, look at that. But look at that. Oh man, just look at it. Oh man, it's making me excited. I mean, I'm just a little bit too, maybe it's a little bit too excited for me, but that's what I'm dealing with right now. And I've been door dashing. I've been making more money than I've been seeing more money. I don't know. It's like this. I haven't seen this much money in the longest damn time that I make each day. This is crazy. I never thought I would ever think that something like doing DoorDash or Uber Eats was going to amount to anything significant. I always just thought of it as that, just petty money, like not even worth my time. I used to go, whatever. But in the last 2 years, my business just took a plunge, it failed. And I was just trying harder and harder and harder and not getting anywhere. And the thought in my mind is like, well, maybe I'll try to make some money with YouTube. Well, what a joke that is, You try to succeed with that, but, you can't make any side money with YouTube these days. Too much people out there doing the same stuff. It's kind of a flooded market. You know what I mean? It's just hopeless. I mean, I cannot live off of $2-3 a day with YouTube revenue. That's what it all comes to. So yeah, I've been busy. That's why you haven't seen me a lot on YouTube, because I've been so busy doing door dashing. Like every single day. I was just going to start it, kind of like part-time. And then it's like, wow, the more time that I put into DoorDash, the more money I make. And it's like, the thing with my business is I was putting more time into it and getting less money. Or it really wasn't even helping. So I was like, okay, well, now I know what I got to do. So I've been busy with that. So maybe the elevated emotions that I've had, because, being on the road, being in a rush, trying to make deliveries on time, under the pressure, had that first situation, a few weeks ago where, I was at a restaurant, they were taking too long, and somehow it just didn't get documented, and I ended up getting a contract violation and for being like freaking 11 minutes late. So they're really tight on time. You got to be like freaking on time. But I'm always a very prompt and on time person, especially driving a Tesla. I can get to point A to point B very efficiently, so I don't see how that would be, my usual kind of thing. I'm never late. So, the pressure's been on since then. And, I get to where I need to be very safely. Just because I have a Tesla doesn't mean I want to be reckless. No, I very considerate of other people out there. I just wish that people that are out there on the road were considerate of others, including me. I mean, come on, like I'm driving with common sense, and you got people out there driving like friggin' idiots, you know? So that's what you deal with. But I think all the anxiety and just all the emotions that have been going on in the recent weeks and the family drama and, you know, there's people in my life that, you know, they're just going through a lot, and I'm trying to be supportive as I can. You got some people out there that are just, you know, sometimes I feel like they just mess with your heartstrings, and you got some people that just try to make you feel bad about this or that, as if they're trying to guilt trip you over some things that you have no control over. And sometimes it can be something that could have happened a long time ago. Sometimes things in the past come back to haunt you, and even though you might not even remember some of the shit from the past, it's crazy how things can happen. Sometimes you could just deal with a lot of stuff, and maybe your brain just deletes that memory or suppresses the memory so you don't know or you can't recall. And sometimes I feel like an idiot. Like, where was I? Was I on a coma for like 10 years of my life? What happened to me? There's a lot of missing data, you know, so just a lot of things happen in your life. And I don't want to feel like I'm missing out on life, you know. And I think whatever's in my house that's been haunting this house and haunting the house previously from where I was living before this one, something has definitely followed us and attached to something that was brought over here. And I know some of you are like, okay, here he is with this bull crap, haunted crap, ghost crap, you know, yeah. Well, I understand not everybody's going to believe that stuff. And everybody's, you know, you're going to be people out there that think, oh, well, he's just doing this trying to get views. Well, as you see, I've been uploading some videos from the past, and they're not doing well. You know, the paranormal stuff, it's a joke. It's not getting any views. The only time those videos were getting views was like a year and a half ago, like when I was hanging out with my best friend Omar, and, you know, my channel was believable before these dumb asses, you know, these stupid debunkers, you know, played their stupid games and, you know, try to take away someone's channel, like livelihood, success, and all that stuff. Like, look what I'm doing now, door dashing my ass off. I probably could have had it made with YouTube. I probably could have been doing really well with YouTube. But no, I got to spend all day door dashing every damn day because these assholes, you know, but that's just the way it is, you know. Karma's a bitch, you know what? What goes around comes around. So maybe one day they're going to end up having to go door dashing and whatever it is. They're going to have to just do a lot of work because their livelihood is going to be taken away from them because of their stupid ass mouths. But anyway, that's just the way things go. But yeah, I don't know what's happening. Like, what is in this house? What kind of energy is in this house that's causing me to feel like the hair in the back of my neck just rising, friggin' keys just flying? Like, things don't add up. Things don't add up at all. Things just don't add up. And I've been very happy lately. I've been very excited, but also got mixed feelings because I'm looking at the housing market and I'm like, what the hell's going on? Like, this house, I can get a whole lot of money for this house, right? But I got to subtract all the, you know, the expenses. Some people are getting paid money when I sell the house. Of course, the realtor is. Banks are, you know how things are. So when that's all said and done, I'm looking at like houses that I want to move into that are smaller. And there's houses that were like $150,000, right? That are now $320,000. There's houses that were $300,000 that are now $540,000. There's houses that are around $450,000 that are now like $650,000. And my head is spinning. I'm like, I wish that I would have bought a friggin' house back in the end of 2019 when I was doing my house searching in Florida. The market was so much better for the buyers. I'm looking at the bar graphs. I'm looking at the housing market. I'm looking at the pricing. And everything just jumped up big time in 2022. There was a gradual incline into 2021, but 2020, the end of 2021 and into 2022, holy crap. I don't know what happened, but something exploded and it went up. And I'm looking at these prices saying, if I sell this house, How am I going to find something that's reasonable? Because I wanted to downsize into something smaller, get away from the haunted house. Maybe nothing follows me this time. But comparatively, this house was assessed at about $225,000 more than when I paid for it, okay? That's the way the situation is here now. And so I'm looking in the back of my head, like after money goes in places, I wish it would all go into the bank instead of going to other places, but that's just the way life is, you know. Sometimes it's best to keep your mouth shut in the past and not say certain things, and maybe it wouldn't bite me in the ass later on. But, you know, it's how things go. But the situation now is looking at houses. Some of them are double the price that they used to be a couple years ago. So I'm like, is this even practical? Does this even make sense for me to sell this house, then go into a house that's half the size, half the price, but yet originally that house probably was a quarter of the price. So I'm basically moving into something that I could have bought for a freaking quarter of the price, right? Think about that. And then so maybe all that stress is drawing something in here, drawing some kind of energy, causing things to happen, causing the sounds that I'm hearing, keys go flying. Almost hits the realtor too. Almost, but it hits me, yeah, because you know I'm just a target. I'm a target. I'm just a standing target. It's what I'm about, right? It's this freaking standing target. Yeah, go hit Bobby in the head, you know. Maybe he needs a little reality check. Wake him up. You know, he's selling his house. He shouldn't be selling his house because the market's the wrong time. It's the wrong time to buy. It's a good time to sell, but, you know, like this. If I sell the house, then I got to find reasonable accommodations, right? And I was thinking, what if I rented something and then waited out the market to see if it goes down, you know, it cools down. Maybe there's a crash in the housing market. Interest rates go up. Prices go down, maybe. But one lesson that I learned in life is not to time the market, including the housing market, the stock market, crypto, housing market, all that. When you start to time things, you're gambling. So if I was to rent a place just to kind of ride out the housing market until it, you know, cooled down, what if it never cools down? What if the housing prices continue to climb up? And then I'm on the sideline renting something while the housing prices go up, and then I'm really in trouble. And then I sold the house, and then now I'm renting a place, and then housing prices are going up, and then money's getting wasted when I'm renting because, you know, you're just throwing away money when you're renting. And then housing prices go up, so then you're like throwing away money when the house prices go up. Then I feel like this could be where I'm getting screwed in the you know where. And do I really want to go down that road? So do I just go from selling this house directly into buying another house, half the price, half the size, but trying to find that house that's half the price, half the size, that's not overly inflated by 50% or 100% markup? That's what I'm trying to get away from. But I don't think this is going to happen. So it's like, is it best for me to hold or fold? Is it best for me to hold or what? I'm getting a sign from spirits, whatever it is, telling me, hey, Bobby, it's a dumb move. Don't sell your house. Keep it. Don't sell it right now. Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? I don't even know right now. I'm so conflicted. When something's telling me this and that, I don't know what the hell to do. Rosa, what's up? What did the realtor say about the keys? She didn't even know that they were sitting on the counter, but I knew because I put them there, okay? Hit me in the head. She wasn't like looking at me at the same time. She was in awe, like looking around the house. She was in awe. She responded to me going, son of a, but I was trying to not say bad words. And she's like, what happened? And I go, I just got hit on the head. And she's like, well, did you hit your head on something? Like what? And I was like, you know, she was looking around. It's like she didn't see anything that I could have hit my head on. And I go, no, the keys hit me on the head. And then she was like, the keys? Like, she was a little dumbfounded, like confused, like, keys. And then I said, I don't know. I had keys laying on the counter. And I said, oh, never mind. I said, never mind. I don't know. Maybe I hit my head earlier and it just felt like something hit my head. And then I just shut my mouth. I was like, that was it. I didn't want to look like, I didn't want her to think I was crazy. You know, I didn't want to push the thing. I didn't want to push the envelope. So I was like, okay, you know, okay, whatever. I'm done. Let's just continue looking at the house. Let's continue looking at the house. I am not drawing attention to whatever just happened because there's no proof that it was a ghost. There's no proof. I don't know what the hell happened, but I'm not trying to start this whole ghost scare thing while I have a realtor in the house. You know, it's like it is. But I did tell her I made paranormal videos here. You know, she was curious, like what I do for hobbies. You know, like what I like to do, like where do I like to go, what do I do for work, and I was telling her about my online business, you know, my e-commerce, you know, my web designing, my photography, you know, my computer repair, my electrical work that I do, you know, even I was getting into details of my virtual real estate I did in the past, and then now my recent door dashing job, my side hustle that become now my primary thing. So I was telling her a little bit of this and that, and I started elaborating on the content on YouTube, and I told her, you know, my daughter and I felt like, you know, we feel like something has kind of been haunting our house. You know, we just hear strange things, feel strange things, and kind of thought maybe it followed us here because we'd hear stuff here. But I didn't get into like the whole craziness about it. But I just said we would hear just sounds and stuff. And that's pretty much as far as I took it. You know, trying to, I don't want my realtor to think I'm some nut job, you know, like I'm some crazy person, you know, like trying to be, you know, how do you tell somebody these things without them thinking you're crazy? That's the thing. How do you go in and say, oh, this happened, that happened, this happened, without them thinking you're nuts? Like, I want to have a realtor help me sell the house. I don't want a realtor that's like, okay, you know, okay, I'm not dealing with him. He's a loose cannon. I don't know. He might lose his mind. Who knows? I don't want that to happen. I just want to have a business relationship with a realtor who respects me, doesn't think I'm some crazy nut job, and get this house sold and get the hell out of here. I'm not trying to draw too much attention to the things that might make me look like a crazy person. You know, that's the problem. You know, you look at it that way. People don't believe in all that stuff. Not everybody. So, you know, you got to be careful about that when you're trying to sell your house. Have you been seeing ghosts lately in your house, whatever the case might be? I don't know what it has been. It's just that there's been some sounds, been hearing banging. Something would just drop on the floor. Like, what the hell? And my daughter would hear something. Like, there'd be random things happening. Like, we don't have no idea what's causing it. It'd be like you walk in a room and there'll be a pair of shoes that was in one side of the house and now they're sitting somewhere else. I'm like, well, I know that I put my shoes in this place. Now, how do they become relocated by themselves? How is it possible? You know, there's things that sometimes just get relocated when you place them somewhere, and you might not even hear it happen. You'll just go outside for a walk, come back, and be like, wait a minute, I thought I had this here, and then now it's there. Like, what the hell? So these are random things that happen. And so there's some things that I cannot explain. Thank you so much, Fawn. Congratulations on your DoorDash job. Did you have to deal jerks? I did have one situation. I don't know if there's really a jerk. I still got a really good score, 5.0. You know, I work hard at trying to make people happy with this door dashing. I treat their food like it's my own for my family. You know, it's like I guard their food. I'm protective of it. You know, and if I feel like a restaurant's slacking and like if they're not standing behind their standards, their quality, then I'm going to speak up and say, hey, you know, this is for the customer, and I'll make sure that they have everything they need. And it's just, I go above and beyond, and I've gotten remarks about me going above and beyond, and that's just how I am. And I make it, you know, I put every single effort into making sure that I get there early, not just on time, but early on time. You know, so that's my other thing that I like to do. And I like to make sure their food's nice and hot and well and all that stuff. And that's just how that goes with me. And I did have a customer that lived somewhere where the GPS was it was like hard to find. You know, you have those situations where you're trying to find something, the GPS is making you go in circles and it says, you know, destination is on the right. Go down a road and you look on the right and you're in the middle of the woods somewhere. And you're like, well, where the hell's the house? I don't see a damn house. You know, these things have happened. And so I call the owner, you know, like the customer, like, All right, so I went down this road and it's telling me that your house is on the left, and right now I'm on this road and I'm this far down and I'm in the woods. It's like I don't know what's happening, but the GPS is taking me on a nature trip somewhere. And I was like, "Can you share with me what the color of your house, or if there's any landmarks nearby that can help guide me in the right direction?" So she tells me this and that. And she says, "Well, she says I'm on the wrong road, but then I'm looking at the road." And I took a picture of the road and sent it to her and I said, "Well, this is the name of the road that I'm on, and here's the picture of it. So I'm on the right road." But apparently, somebody twisted the sign around. I guess somebody, how like I said, would be a smart ass. Let me turn the sign around. Okay, so now that road is the other road, and the other road is this road. So people do this crap. You know, turn the sign around, confuse everybody. But anyway, I was late getting her order there, but not late on the targeted time. Like I was still early for the delivery, but late in my standards because I was going to be 15 minutes early on my delivery to her. And so I wanted to get it there in that time, but it took me another 10, 15 minutes to get there. So I was like a minute or two, I guess, 12 minutes, 13. I don't know. I was like a minute or two before the deadline at my commitment time that DoorDash puts down there. Like it has to be delivered by this time. I still made it a couple minutes before that delivery time, but I could have been like 15 minutes earlier. So that stressed me out. But then she was concerned because she had said, "Well, I'm just going to cancel my order," because she's like, she was getting upset that that she was never going to get it, and I couldn't find her place, and then I finally found it. But of course, the communications between the app and the customer, sometimes they're delayed. It's not like it's instantaneous. It may be delayed by 30 seconds to a minute. So by the time I delivered it, I guess she didn't realize I delivered it until a minute later. Then she was happy. She was excited. She was glad that I got it delivered, especially before the commitment time, which was good. I mean, I was aiming for 15 minutes before that. Me, I try to go above and beyond. But she still got it, still nice and warm, and because I keep it in the insulated bag. But then she started having some really big concerns. Like she messaged me and said that someone had opened the bag, and I said, "Well, when I got at the restaurant, this particular restaurant doesn't seal the bag." So because she was like, first she asked, "Well, I need to call the restaurant and see what's going on because this bag is not sealed." And that's when I said, "Well, this particular restaurant doesn't seal the bags, like Burger King or McDonald's or, some of these other food, fast food places, they'll like seal the bag up with stickers and stuff. And then, that's, it's sealed. But some of these restaurants, they just put them in the bags and they don't seal them shut." And I told her that. It's like, and then she says, "Well, I'm just afraid that maybe you did something to the food because you're upset or something." And I said, in the message, like, "No, I'm a very caring and loving family. I'm a family person. I'm a family man, and I have too much respect for people, and I never do anything like that." And she said, "Oh, okay." And I told her to, "I hope you have a great week." And then she said, "Thank you," and she told me to have a nice, week and whatever. So everything was fine, but she had that moment to where she thought maybe I had done something to her food because she was worried because I was upset. And even one of the other conversations was like when she messaged me and I said, "No worries, it's not your fault. It's just the GPS technology is not as advanced as it should be, and hopefully one day they will advance their technology so it'll be more accurate." And so I admitted it wasn't her fault, because she started thinking it was her fault because she was not giving me the right, directions to kind of get around the GPS thing. And then she figured that I was going to get mad at her and do something to her food. I'm like, "No, I'm not doing anything. You know what I mean? I'm not that kind of person. I'm not going to blame somebody. I'm not going to touch their food. I treat them with respect and handle their food like I would handle my own family's food. That's just how I am. Just get it to them so they can have it on time." And I get concerned. I don't even like the idea of leaving the food on the door. I figure, what if bugs get to it? What if ants get to it? That's the only thing that bothers me is like customers, like 90% of the customers, they just say leave at door. They want contactless delivery, leave at door. And there's some places like, man, if I leave it at the door, it's vulnerable. What if like an animal gets it or ants get to it or something, because I don't want somebody to have bugs in their food, but it makes me wonder. And there's some business establishments that I go to, and they're like, leave at the door, and I'm like, do you really want me to leave? I'm thinking to myself, do they really want me to leave that at the door of a particular restaurant, a particular business? Like there was a pet store, and they said to leave at the door. And I'm like, okay, so you got customers coming in and out. You're gonna leave it at the door. Some customer might step on it, steal it. You don't know. So I go inside, and I'm like, well, the instructions say to leave at the door. So I feel like maybe it's best if I bring it in. And if you want me to leave it at the door, I mean, I can do that for you. But I feel it's safer in here. And so I would go inside just to confirm that they really wanted the door, because maybe it's an old message that never got updated, or maybe it's a standard thing. And so when I go to a place of business, like I go inside to confirm, do you really want it at the door? Is it like, I don't want people like messing with their food. You know what I mean? Like if you're at home and you're at your own door and you don't have people coming and going, that's different, right? Oh man, you will sell your home. Just get the right people. Absolutely. Like I said, I just got, there's a contingency that's going to be in the contract, and it's like the house, selling the house is contingent upon me getting reasonable housing, reasonable accommodations. So it's contingent upon me finding a place that's within reason. So I mean, it may slow it down a little bit, but with this hot housing market, people are willing to just jump on to any kind of contingency because they know, hey, it's going to be theirs eventually, right? But the way it is, it's contingent upon me getting into a place, because it would not be good if I sold this house and had no place to go to. It would not be good at all. I want to have my eyes, looking. I want to be able to have a home in sight that I like, and say, here's where I want to be. So I want to sell the house, and that's where I want to move to. But that's not a perfect world. But in this world, on a hot housing market, you like something, you're looking at it, like, I really like that. But then by the time you sell your house, that house is sold, and then you don't have that house to buy. And how do you put a hold on that house if you don't have money, or you don't have the income to take on a mortgage on another house while waiting for the house to sell, and then, trying to refinance or whatever you might want to do? I cannot do that. I have to get into a house with the proceeds from this house. And then the proceeds would be considered my income. And then I maybe qualify for a loan based on the income from the proceeds of my equity in this house. Because the bank wants to see that you have money coming in or money saved, and then they'll consider it. So I'm working hard with DoorDash to try to build up my cash flow coming in so that it will look good on having a home mortgage loan. But like right now, it's not looking good. But if I sold the house, I wouldn't have this high DTI, you know what I mean? And the cash flow coming from the house and the less expenses from owning this house, it would bring my DTI down. And then having a consistent income with DoorDash will help with qualifications. So this is a process I'm going through, but I feel like something's trying to stop me from getting out of here. Something's trying to stop me. I got a force outside that's trying to scare me out of here, which I'm not scaring. And I got something here that's trying to tell me I'm not going anywhere. I'm guessing. I don't know. Anyway, if you guys can, smash the like button on here. You guys are amazing. I really don't do many live streams on this Rolling With Me channel. I usually do it on the Up to Speed Media. So this is something different. I figured I'd jump in here. I haven't done one, so I figured I'd share what the hell's going on in this crazy house of mine. Oh my gosh, crazy house going on in here. Rachel, what's going on? God left. Oh, Mamma Mia. Kevin, what's going on? As Oh My Gosh TV, your best friend. Absolutely, Kevin. I want to go visit them. And I was thinking about getting houses in Florida. Now I'm kind of like focused on South Carolina because there's some parts of South Carolina where the real estate taxes are really, really low. And, in Florida, you got 1%, 0.9, 90% point, it's like they're pretty high, like I've been looking around in Polk County and Hernando County, Citrus County. I'm looking in different places and I'm looking at the tax and yeah, there's a benefit. I don't have to deal with personal property taxes on cars, which is nice. No state income taxes, which is nice. So I guess it kind of balances out in a way. I might have to look more into that because now that I'm speaking, that I'm like actually hearing myself like, "Hey, Bobby, okay, so maybe you pay a little bit more in real estate taxes, but then your personal property taxes on your car is non-existent." Ugh. But then you know how I am with cars. Like if things get a little bit out of hand, I just sell or maybe get something cheaper. And then my personal property taxes are lower on the car. But when you have a house, you're stuck at the tax rate. You're stuck at the tax rate. It's not like you can say, oh, unless you want to sell the house and downsize again. But with cars, it's like, well, if it gets too out of control and it's too much personal property taxes, because my personal property taxes on my cars at one point was more than the real estate taxes. So it's like, holy crap, I was paying more taxes on the cars than I was being a homeowner at one point. So I feel like I have more control over the personal property taxes with cars because it's easier to downsize in a car, get a cheaper one, trade one down, than have to go through the whole housing, downsizing. So I feel like I don't know. So that's kind of a deterrent right there when it comes to being in Florida. Because I mean, yeah, I get out of personal property taxes, but I'm locked in on a higher tax rate in real estate. So there's no option to change that unless I sell the house. But with a car, it's much easier to just like, okay, well, maybe I'll just get a car that's half the price and then I don't have to worry about it. It's easier said and done, right? But I think it's easier with a car, but it's a lot harder with a house. So I got to look at my options. I really do. That's the thing. And maybe there'll be more business in Florida. I don't know. I think there'll be a lot of business in South Carolina because the part of South Carolina I'm thinking about is really close to Myrtle Beach. And I feel like in that area, I would get a lot of door dashing opportunities. I feel like I would be doing really good there. I feel like it would really be rocking. House needs redoing, but it's got good bones to it. There's a house on farmland, no restrictions, 30 minutes from Raleigh. Oh boy. Just got here. What's going on at the house next door that was built? Yeah, the neighbors, they got scared out of the house. They moved out. They're gone. They moved the freak out. And the crazy thing is, we had new neighbors move in the day after. You want to talk about how the housing market is so crazy, like flipping houses overnight. That's just insane. Absolutely. Rachel, thank you for being a member for 8 months. Wow. Man, there's actually members here that have been here so long, even though about 500-600 members just, vanished. Because, sometimes they just disappear. Debunkers. Assholes. Debunkers are assholes. Excuse me. But, that's how it is. Let's see. Kevin out here. Bobby, I still have a space rocket Corvette. I had one, but financially, it just wasn't the best time to continue to have one. And with Corvettes constantly, like the Corvette, I mean, now they're changing some minor things with it, the newer ones. I can always get one later. After I sell the house, I'll have more freed financial obligations, less financial obligations. But right now, I'm really deep in on a Tesla Model S. And of course, you guys know what kind of Tesla that is. There's what version of the Model S that is. And it's not the cheapest one out there either. It's pretty expensive. But I'm looking at a Tesla. Reason why I have a Tesla is because gas prices are insane. Gas prices are crazy. I just plug it in and charge it in the garage and I'm good to go. And doing door dashing, I don't have to spend money on gas door dashing. I could take, deliveries just about anywhere and not worry about gas. But the only thing that stresses me out is putting a lot of miles on it because, miles is depreciation, wear on your tires, and a set of tires is going to be $1,600 for that car. That's a lot of money for damn 4 tires. So I guess one way or another, it kind of bites you in the ass, If it's not the gas, it's the tires. And speaking of rocket, that freaking Tesla's a rocket. It's even faster than the Corvette. Crazy to think, but it is. All right, let's see what's happening out here in the chatland. Rachel, yes, I let it go. I got a very fun Tesla that goes faster than the Corvette that's in my garage. It goes faster than the Corvette. Talk about just a different world, freaking faster. Just when you thought you had something fast, then you get something that goes insanely fast to the point where you're like, what the hell am I driving? This is the fast mean machine right here, okay? This is the fast machine. Super duper fast, right there. Super fast. All right. This is what's going on in here. Super freaking fast. All right. What's happening here? Okay. Yeah. Well, that's what it looks like in this vehicle. You got the crazy steering wheel right there, huh? Got a nice little, what do you call it, bumper thing here. You can put a couple of bodies in there, a bicycle in there. All right, so yeah, that's my mean machine right there. It's the Tesla. All right, the mean machine, the Tesla. But that's what took place of the Corvette, really. I guess, like I said, hey, I got to do what I got to do. The freaking gas prices, absolutely out of this world. It's freaking crazy. Freaking gas, man. Like, what the hell? Like, you got to put high premium gas in the Corvette. You got to put the highest grade gas, and that's even more money. But that's the situation. But like I said, trying to do what I got to do. Omar car is faster. Mamma mia. Yeah, well, that one out there, let's just say it's in the 2-second, 0 to 60 in the 2-second range. That's pretty damn fast, right? Pretty damn fast. No, it'll give you whiplash. It's unbelievable. It freaking gives you whiplash. Oh my God. How much is it to charge? Probably, you know what, with electricity, I think probably $3 or $4 to fully charge it from like 0 to full charge. But you don't ever want to bring it down to 0, but you get about 400 miles to a charge. So about $3 or $4 gets you 400 miles, which that's a lot of miles for the $3 or $4. You know what I mean? If you charge it at home, I mean, it's pretty darn good. I know, it's crazy, Anna. Like the friggin' housing prices, it's unbelievable. Beautiful car, I'm telling you. Like when I'm doing door dashing, some people they're doing a double. Like they'll ask me they're really intrigued about the Tesla. They're really intrigued. I get a lot of even kids coming up wanting to look inside the car. I'm like, here we go. All the parents looking at me like I'm trying to abduct anybody. Somebody's looking at me funny. Like his kids will literally just come in the car. Like they're not even no stranger danger. A lot like they're so into the car they forget I'm the stranger. They just see a guy with a DoorDash bag and a Tesla, and they're wanting to get in there and look to see what it looks like, and they're like, oh, here we go. And me, I'm a nice guy. I'm like, I'll open the door, let them look in. I'm standing back while they're looking in, like just looking, and then I said, I gotta go. I got another delivery. But yeah, it's crazy. They get curious. People are curious. Everybody is like looking at it, like. And some people look at me funny, like, you're doing DoorDash and you're driving a car like that? What? Maybe I need to do DoorDash. But see, they don't know. They don't know everything that's going on. It's like, no, they don't know what led to where I am now. Like, there's a lot of history in my life. It's just I'm doing DoorDashing because my business failed because of the pandemic, and I got a house that's haunted, and I don't. And some people don't even believe me. They think I'm full of crap, especially the debunkers. They're the ones that screw my channel. I probably wouldn't be doing DoorDashing if it wasn't for them. I'd probably be making a shit ton of money on YouTube. And then you guys would have more content and a more enthused content creator, and one who can travel everywhere and have the funding and the time to travel and make interesting content. I feel like I've been robbed of that opportunity. It's hard to make content when I'm busy doing DoorDashing. I'd rather have my free available time for you guys and make YouTube videos and make grinders, make really good videos, not these lame ass videos that I've been uploading lately because I'm trying to keep the channel momentum going, which maybe I don't know if it's working or not. I think it may let YouTube know, hey, I'm still here. I'm uploading periodically. Don't drop me off the grid of the YouTube platform. But I really want to be able to upload really good videos, really good bangers, really compelling content, something that's new and exciting and worth watching. It's hard to do that when YouTube doesn't pay me enough. I can't live off $2-3 a day. So I have to do other work. My business failed, so I can't even rely on my business anymore because my business was my primary source of income, doing my web designing and e-commerce and all my lines of business. And I had time for YouTube because a lot of that didn't consume too much time when it was operating efficiently. And then there was a little side money in YouTube, but I mean, it paid for itself. It funded getting cameras. It funded some road trips. So there were some benefits with that. And it helped me put more time into YouTube. But all that got taken away from me right after all the other opportunities got taken away from me from the pandemic. So it's like the pandemic happened. YouTube was doing pretty good. Then it's coincidentally after I had like a debunker attack on my videos, and they were just running their mouths, and everybody was just ganging up on my channels for God knows why. I mean, they don't have a life, but they just want to just strip everybody of their future. And then it just seemed like everything just went downhill from that point. My attitude changed, and it kind of affected the way I delivered content because I started getting in that mindset where I was pissed at people. It was like blaming everybody because everybody was messing everything up for me. I just went in a very dark place, and it wasn't a very good place. And I just started having this like attitude about life and thinking everybody's just out to get you, and nobody cares about anybody but themselves, and everybody's just out to ruin your life, take away your livelihood, just make you miserable. So that's just where my mind has gone since those people have been just calling me a liar about my paranormal content, trying to make me look bad as a YouTube content creator, all that stuff. And I'm like, if you ever would just pay attention to the disclaimers in my content, understand that I have been transparent and right to the facts of the kind of content that I created, and says don't take everything to heart. Like, there are things that I had to recreate, things that I had to exaggerate, things that I made more entertaining by adding music and sound effects and visual effects and just things to make it more entertaining. Like, don't we all, as content creators, I'm not the only one. I can name a whole list of people out there that are very creative and everybody just loves watching them. But when it comes to me, it's like, why am I singled out? Why? Don't understand. But hey, you know what? I'm not going to bitch and complain about that. All I know is that time is money, and right now I'm putting time into DoorDash so that I can make money, and unfortunately that's taken away from time on YouTube. But some of you guys were saying, hey, share some of your DoorDashing adventures on YouTube, which, hey, I mean, I could record videos of me doing DoorDashing, put it on YouTube. Hey, who's going to watch it? I don't know. Let's do a poll later. Maybe do a poll here. Who would watch it? Maybe you will. Maybe not. Maybe you want to see some paranormal. I wish that I had the camera going when those damn keys hit me in the head. Something's there. I don't know if you can see it. It's there. I got a friggin' bump. Look for a housing authority. If you're disabled, get Social Security. I've had an apartment for $238 a month. Mamma mia. This rent is for people looking for a place to live. No, most RG's cars faster. C8 Corvette. Sorry. Mamma mia. Actually, watch videos of the Tesla Plaid versus Corvettes and Tesla Plaids versus McLarens and Porsches and see which ones are winning. Seems like the Tesla Plaid is the fastest production car in the world. If you look at it that way, the fastest production car, at least four-door production car or sedan in the world. There is another one that's super fast, but unless you have millions of dollars to buy one, it's not like you're going to come across one of those. But that's just the thing with those, Teslas there. I'm all about, I love that G-force. I love the feeling of like just getting, you feel like your brain's in the back seat. Oh my gosh. I will watch you on DoorDash. There you go. Yeah, like I said, I gotta do something. I might do, I gotta try to do something in South Carolina. I need to go there for a week or so and just do DoorDashing, because then I can do it open and freely there. I don't have to worry about privacy. I could just go at it 100%. I'll just blur out the people that I go, houses or addresses, but at least I can go to the restaurants and maybe get a GoPro, wear it on there, I need to get a body cam. I want to get a body cam just to kind of, just to solidify things and make sure everybody sees what I'm doing, share it. But let's see, we got Denise out here. Crazy, huh? This is right. I mean, friggin' house payments, homeowners insurance, homeowners insurance go up because the housing price goes up, the cost of building new houses goes up, homeowners insurance goes up. What about real estate taxes? This is going to be crazy. This is why I'm trying to sell the house now. It's going to get worse. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? DoorDash all day long and never have time to do my exercise? I like to walk. I don't like sitting in a damn car all day. I like to get my steps. I like to get my exercise. I like to get my jogging. I don't want to ruin my health over trying to. I wish I lived in a community where I could just get on a damn bicycle and do door dashing, riding a freaking bike. That I could pedal my way, get my exercise. It's one way to do it. Let's see who we got. Better you did not say anything. Better you did not say anything. Selling the house is important. There you go. Yeah, well, there are things like the realtor asked me if there's anything, any issues that I needed to mention, like any problems with the house, to let her know now. I had to let her know certain things because, you got to mention any things, any issues that you had dealt with, anything, you have. It's like you can't just hide stuff. You got to tell them like it is. But I'm not going down this imaginary road where, I have ghosts there throwing knives and throwing bottles. Unless there's 100% proof that that's happening, and it's not like something falling on the floor or whatever it may be, or somebody pranking me in my own house, until I actually have proof, it's kind of just, and plus me and my YouTube content, I make it sound like I got the most haunted house in the world, It's like, hello, this is YouTube. It's what happens between the real world and YouTube. Some things get a little out of hand there. DoorDashing must be exciting to meet people. Absolutely. But the thing is, with the way DoorDashing's been, 90% of the people just want you to leave the food at their door, so you never really get to see anybody except for their door. That's what happens. Everybody's afraid of everybody. They're afraid. No, leave it at the door. Leave it at the door. Stand back. Go back. Way back. Leave it at the door. They won't even go open the door until you're in your car and you're gone. Well, damn, what's going on? Is it the zombie apocalypse? Am I going to turn into a zombie and start eating brains? What's happening? How did the realtor react? Well, let's see. She didn't actually see it happen. She just reacted to me reacting to what happened. So it's kind of like, she reacted to me reacting. Do you still have the haunted dolls? Oh, yes, I do. But they're just sitting doing nothing, really. Just sitting there like an ordinary doll, I guess. Haven't checked to see if it's in the same place I left it or not, but, I assume it is. Get those glasses that have a camera. Yes, Elizabeth, that's a good idea. It's a good idea. Gotta get the glasses with the camera in there. Holy crap, it's almost 10 o'clock. I need to eat my dinner. Oh, shit. I didn't believe it was that. Holy crap. All right, guys. You guys are amazing. I'm going to have to go. Like, it's time to go. Like, I got to eat. I'm in northern South Carolina. I love the state here. I hate all the people coming to live here. Too crowded for me. Mamma mia. Oy vey. All right. Monster overload. All right, guys. You're amazing. Thank you for being here in this live stream. Smash the like button. Share it on social media. Share it on YouTube. Share it with your friends, cousins, nieces, nephews, aunts, uncles, brothers, sisters, mother, fathers, daughters, sons, whatever. I got to get out of here. Let's see. Yeah, I got to go. I got to eat. I don't want to have cold salmon. Otherwise, I'll just go in the ocean and eat it just sushi time. Take care. I'm going to try to grind and get some freaking real content out there. Like I said, DoorDash is occupying a lot of my free time. If I can only just clone myself and be in two places at the same time, I could have my doppelganger or clone, whatever, could be doing my editing and making videos while I'm doing DoorDashing. Wouldn't that be great? I'd be able to knock two birds with one stone. Bushy cats are coming. I got to watch out for bushy cats. They're on their way. I actually had one staring at me the other night, and I got on a video. I probably should share that. It's interesting. It was literally just eyeing me up. And I'm like, what the hell's going on here? And I was starting to be concerned. Anyway, take care, everybody. Be safe. Smash that like button. I got to get out of here. I got to go eat. I got to eat some salmon. But I don't want to eat too late. Don't want to eat too damn late. It's not a good thing to eat too late. Take care, everybody. Be safe. That's going to be the end of this stream. The end of the stream tonight. Yeah, it's on you. Oh, look, here's some. I was making some homemade sushi. Like really. So, homemade sushi right there. Look at that. It looks like it's real, doesn't it? It looks like you just grab that and eat it right there. Making some homemade sushi. Matter of fact, I got some. I'm gonna have some with my fish. I got some left. I made it right here. It's right here. Homemade sushi. I still got it rolled up like Cheech and Chong's prized possession. Right there. Got it rolled up just like their prized possession. Just gonna finish that off tonight. Look at that. Homemade. I made that tonight. Well, yesterday. So I'm going to cut some of that. Have me some slices of that. And that's going to be it. Dinner time. Time to eat. Got to go eat something. Maybe I'll do a one bite review on my salmon and my tuna. What do you call it? Salmon sushi. I can't speak. I need to go. Nice roll. Yeah, I'm on a roll here. Up in smoke. It's funny. Like, speaking of up in smoke, up in smoke. Like, there's your smoke. Like, pour the liquid smoke on here. This is really good. I pour some liquid smoke on this. It's so good when you add a little of that. Man. Or I even put some wasabi on there. I switch it up a little. But yeah, I got to go. Take care. Be safe, everybody. That's gonna be it for this episode here. The episode of Bobby and the haunted house he's trying to sell, and I got freaking keys flying and hit my head. I got a bump right there. Got a bump on my damn head. Got a knot on my noggin. All right. Take care, guys. Be safe out there. Yeah, I'm done. Well, my